don't necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, you want to stay, the general rule is to stay in his snow tracks. So you want to place your car when he's placing his car because he's a good reference for that. As you learn the track, we don't want to visually fixate on him though.
Okay.
We want to know where he is, we want to make note of where he's placing his car, we want to place our car in the same spots, but we want our vision to be focused forward, not just locked onto his bumper. So we see cone, we're letting the car flow all the way out, we're looking for our next cone, we see it over there, we know it's there, we're already looking at our apex cone. And now we're already looking at our exit cone. As soon as you start making a move to that cone, you got to be looking a step ahead. Make sense? Nice steady pressure on the brakes, pulling off the brakes as we turn in, waiting to get the gas until after the cone. Now we roll back into it as we unwind the wheel. Really good, there you go. Push the brake, pull the brake, easy off, wait for power. Now we pass our apex cone, we get back to power. Super late apex there, it takes a lot of patience. Brush the brake, rolling off the brake, little bit of throttle, we wash out wide here. This is kind of that 2 turns wrapped into one. Super eyes up, looking for that cone. Pace is good, pace is good. Brake holding it, gradually rolling off, waiting for throttle. Throttle as we unwind. Really good. Those first 2 turns, that's a really good spot to kind of start pushing yourself.
Okay.
In turn 1, you let off the brake a little sooner, you just trust the car.
Okay.
And in turn 2, you might not even need the brakes at all. Hold the pressure, consistent pressure, release off. Trust the car. Now we get back to power as we unwind. You see how you weren't searching for power there?
Yeah.
Because we went in a lot hotter. That was the right amount of entry speed. Now brush the brakes, hold the brake, brushing off, waiting for power. Now we get back to power. A little bit tighter to that apex next time. Fixating on that Mustang. Holding, releasing off as we turn in, all the way down to the cone. Now we unwind back to power. Brushing the brake, and off the brakes, press the car. Rolling back into the throttle. Off the gas, press the car, rolling back into the power. cone, get to the cone, wait for the power, now back to power. Remember, power not until we get to the cone. Yep. But that was good, the line there was really good. Push the brake, hold the brake, ease off, good. Remember, super eyes up, especially with a blind corner like that. We want to make sure we know where we're going. This lap.
Copy, this lap.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm glad, like, we got really lucky with the one-on-one thing here. And that mixed with the fact that you're clearly very comfortable and have done stuff like this before. That was one of the fastest lead follows we've ever done on this program. Really? That was really, really cool stuff. So with that, we'll park real fast and then we'll talk for a sec. When we do park, whenever we come off track, you probably already know this with your own cars, but we never want to use a handbrake when we come to a stop.
Yeah,
yeah, just
I did that
so
once.
we can chat.
Somebody's like,
yeah.
Woo, so fun.
I was giving you some pace.
That's one of the fastest ones we've done on this program.
You look good to me. And
yeah.
I figured you'd let me know if it was a little too much.
Nope.
Yep.
So, Brad, what are you thinking?
I love it. Yeah, I think you know, repetition kind of. I'm kind of getting the idea of like the smoothness of the brake. I'm not real great at that yet.
Yeah, and I'm glad you bring that up because that's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about when we come in here for a second is with the brake, and as we start to throw this kind of pace at it, we're obviously testing our comfort level.
Yeah.
And we're starting to challenge ourselves with that. How we're applying the brake, when we're applying the brake is really, really going to become important. What we're kind of doing right now is we're getting in with a ton of pace. We're hitting it maybe 60–70%, nice gradual, like if we have a graph like in time and then in brake pressure, we're kind of hitting it, we're kind of staying here, and then we're giving it more at the end and then dumping off. So what's happening is we get the car kind of slowed down, and then at the last second we realize we haven't slowed down enough. Right before we turn in, we go,
and that upsets the car.
We want to actually reverse that because right now we've kind of got this with a peak at the end and then we're dumping off.
Gotcha.
We want to reverse that. We want big initial, so boom, we get the thing slowed down, huge peak, and then as soon as we get that peak, right after we have peak threshold, very, very slowly the whole time. We're just starting to gradually
Throttle it back
decrease.
on.
You
It's
should
also
see.
way more fun.
Yeah.
It's way more fun to get her load down.
Yeah.
And then power
Power
out of the
stuff.
Yep,
corner.
yep, and that's that comes into kind of what we were talking about, matching that with not only getting in with the right amount of hustle, but we don't want to get back to the gas too soon. So if you do it right, big initial hit, like going into turn 1 or going into turn 5. Turn 5 is a good example, the back hairpin there.
Yeah.
Big initial hit, get the thing slowed down, but then what we do is by getting off the brake, like we get all our slowing down done early, we make sure we're not going to overcook it, and we roll out of the brake pedal so that as we turn in, the thing's getting weight transferred back to the rear. It's nice and composed, but we didn't overslow because right as we get to that apex, it's like, okay, we just got the thing slowed down enough at the perfect time, is boom, instantly back to
So
power.
That's why you get that feeling that I'm leaving you away from the corners.
Yeah.
Because I'm going in significantly slower and smoother, and then I'm
out.
getting on the power
Yep.
earlier and getting off the corner better.
So when you get on the throttle, do you jab it or do you roll on it?
roll, always
on.
roll.
Yeah.
These are
Oh.
powerful cars.
Okay.
Always gradually. The only time where I guess you're really getting abrupt is when you're getting that first initial hit,
Yeah, for the
slow
brake.
down. And what's the difference between that and when we're getting back on throttle?
So throttle's nice and easy and smooth.
Everything's
Yeah.
smooth, right?
So hard brake, slow down, and then
When we do
build
hard
speed.
brake, where are we traveling?
We're traveling straight.
We're traveling straight.
Yeah.
The car has 0 lateral,
Mhm.
so we can go 100% longitudinal.
Okay.
Every time we're getting back on the gas, we've got lateral in it, so you can't ask for 100% throttle.
Right.
That's
okay.
why we've got string theory, right? That wheel is perfectly straight going into the braking zone, so boom,
Hard.
mash that brake pedal, get it in there, get it slowed down, get the thing settled down early,
Okay.
so that we can roll off that pedal as we start to turn in. Like we're getting towards the end of that pedal as we start to turn into like turn 1, roll the thing through. It's a huge corner. There's always gonna have to be some patience there. But that means we can roll more speed in, and we've got to be patient so that we don't get back to throttle until after that cone.
Okay.
And when we do get back to throttle, because we got wheel in the thing, we can't jump back on the throttle. We're whoop,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's the difference. That's why.
If you're coming on and off the gas,
Yeah.
it tells you everything you need to know.
Yep.
Okay.
When you set it up right, you ought to be able to feed in full throttle smoothly out of the corner.